Today's video is sponsored by SpinFit. Now, if you're a fan of this channel, you know that I've said this a million times, but to get the most out of your earbuds, you really need to make sure that you're using the right ear tips. Well, luckily there's a company like SpinFit whose sole purpose is to create the best silicone ear tips that you can find. Let's say that you go out and you buy the brand new AirPods Pro. You want to make sure that you're getting the most out of that pricey investment. And I can say after using SpinFit's new CP1025 ear tips, which comes with the adapter to make sure that they work with the AirPods Pro, it makes a huge difference when it comes to audio. Now, it doesn't really matter which earbuds you buy. There are a ton of different styles, a ton of different sizes, all on their website. And if you're interested in checking that out, there will be a link in the description below. And again, I'd like to thank SpinFit for sponsoring today's video. Alright guys, so today's video is going to be a little bit different. What I wanted to do today with the release of the Earfun Air, which is a product that I think is pretty comparable to Apple's AirPods Pro, I wanted to do a comparison video. And really the reason I wanted to do this is just to show you how much you can get for a fraction of the cost of what you would pay for higher end pairs of truly wireless earbuds. Because in this case, the Apple AirPods Pro retail for $250, where the Earfun Air right now on Amazon with the $10 off coupon, and I actually even have a discount code that you can use in the description, you can actually pick these up for under $50. So we're talking about a fifth of the price, and we're looking at some very comparable specs. And I also want to do a sound test where you can hear these side by side and hear the difference, or if there's much of a difference, or what the value is of the AirPods Pro over the Earfun Air. So the first thing that I want to start with is the obvious difference is the AirPods Pro have active noise canceling where the Earfun Air does not. And that also means that the AirPods Pro has an ambient mode, which means the microphones can pull in the surroundings so you can hear some of that without actually having to take the earbuds out. But outside of that, I think the only other real advantage with the AirPods Pro is if you're somebody that's already in Apple's ecosystem. So if you have an iPhone and you use a MacBook or you have an iPad or something like that, because of Apple's H1 chip, it does make it very convenient to be able to connect to each of these devices. It really does make it easy with having that pop-up feature as soon as you open the lid and it pops up on your screen. It's just very easy to connect, where the Earfun Air is going to be a pair that you have to go in the Bluetooth settings and really just do it the old-fashioned way. Now, as far as the technology on both of these, they both have Bluetooth 5.0 and they have AAC playback. So you're getting the same Bluetooth codec playback on both of these. And as far as the IP ratings, the AirPods Pro come in at IPX4, which really means it's only good against light splashes. If you're sweating, it's going to be fine, but you cannot submerge these into water. Where the Earfun Air comes in at IPX7, so they are completely waterproof, easily a pair that you can do what you need to do, and if they do happen to fall into water, they're going to be okay. Now, outside of that, both of the cases on these are Qi wireless charging cases, so you could just come in, drop these on a wireless charger, and both of these will start charging. And speaking of charging, the battery life is actually a pretty big difference between the two, because the AirPods Pro battery, you're getting around 4.5 hours on the earbud with around 24 hours total using the case. Where with the Earfun Air, you're getting 7 hours on the earbuds and 35 hours total using the case. Plus the Earfun Air has a fast charge feature where a quick 10-minute charge will get you 2 hours of use. Now, as far as the controls on these, this is another thing that is a big deal to me because the AirPods Pro does not have volume control, where the Earfun Air gives you control over everything. So that is a huge advantage because I don't like to pull out my phone or have to talk to my smart assistant to change the volume. Now, another thing that both of these have is they both have the smart sensors. So if you take your earbuds out, it will automatically pause your music and then it will resume once you put them back in. Now, as far as the microphones on these, I will say that the AirPods Pro has the better microphones. That's one thing that I definitely will give Apple, is even with the normal AirPods and the AirPods Pro, one of their biggest strengths are the microphones that are on these. Although I feel like the Earfun Air still has a very good microphone, but you guys can be a judge by listening to both of the mic tests here. Alright guys, so here is a mic test using the AirPods Pro. This is definitely one of the strongest selling points when it comes to Apple's products. I think it does a fairly good job of picking up my voice, but this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call. And so now here is a mic test with a crowd noise being played, which you can hear here. And so this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call in public. And so now here is a mic test using the Earfun Air. Again, for the price difference, I think these definitely hold their own. They do sound a little bit warmer in comparison to the AirPods Pro, but this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call. And now here's the mic test with the crowd noise being played, which you can hear here. And so this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call in public. So now let's talk about the sound. And before I really give my opinion on the sound overall, I want you guys to be able to hear samples from both of these. And honestly, the best way to do this is by putting headphones on or earbuds so that you can hear a lot of the details and pick up some of the bass that these are picking up. But I think this is a very good opportunity to hear a side-by-side comparison of a $50 pair of earbuds next to a $250 pair and see if there really is that much of a difference. But you guys can check out some of the samples here.
I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this.
Hold up just a minute, been looking for some help just to find myself. Hold up just a minute, been looking for some help just to find myself.
So now that you've heard both of the samples, this is where I think all of the value rolls into the Earfun Air, because I think sound-wise, they're both a very dynamic sound. The Earfun Air has plenty of bass, where I feel like the AirPods Pro has a nice punchy bass. They both have very good details, but I really think the Earfun Air has a little bit more punch in its bass. I feel like the AirPods Pro has a slight edge when it comes to clarity, but not by much. I think both of them have excellent mids and highs. As far as the sound stage, I feel like both of these are fairly open sounding, and being able to hear details in instruments and details in songs, both of these do very well at. And this is what brings me to the conclusion of this video. I think when you're going out looking at a pair of earbuds, a lot of what you're paying for is marketing. Obviously, the compatibility with the AirPods within Apple's ecosystem, the ease of use is going to be very important to a lot of people. But if you keep your eyes open and you watch a lot of videos or reviews and look at some of the products that's not necessarily on the shelf and look at some of the other options that are out there, you will be pretty surprised at what you can get at a fifth of the price or a quarter of the price. You don't necessarily always have to spend the most amount of money to get the best products that are out there. Obviously, the AirPods Pro, in my opinion, is a very nice product. It has excellent sound, great noise canceling, and is a very good product, again, if you're already in Apple's ecosystem. But in my honest opinion, I still think it's worth saving a whole lot of money, and it's crazy to the fact that you can get 5 pairs of these to equal 1 pair of these. So the value that the Earfun Air has and the value that it's bringing to the table, to me, is just very impressive. And it's impressive that there are so many other products out there doing similar things, giving you a lot for your money, so you don't have to go out there and spend a whole lot of money. But if you are interested in checking out either one of these products, like I said, right now, the Earfun Air has a coupon code and all of that, but all of that info will be in the description. But guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.